Hello, my name is Adrienne Glatz and I'm the president of the Bidwell Mansion Association, and I'm here in the beautiful historic home of John and Annie Bidwell at Bidwell Mansion State Historic Park. While unfortunately we're still in the midst of a pandemic, we weren't able to host our annual Christmas with the Bidwells event as a live event this year, so we decided to host another virtual event to help celebrate the holiday season. We'll be sharing an amusing tale told by friends around the dinner table. Now, this wonderful vignette is based on real events that happened to John during the Christmas season while he was at Sutter's Fort. So we hope you'll enjoy this virtual presentation of Christmas with the Bidwells, and on behalf of the board of the Bidwell Mansion Association, I hope you, your family, and friends have a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. Thank you and enjoy.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Swasey. Won't you come in?
Mrs. Bidwell, your home is so beautifully decorated for the holidays.
Thank you, Mrs. Swasey. The General and I enjoy making our home festive for our visitors.
Well, I cannot take any credit for it. It was all Annie's doing.
Well, it certainly is lovely. What a pleasure to be here as the Christmas holiday approaches.
So we always enjoy having company around the holidays, and well, I've enjoyed every Christmas since my precious Annie came into my life.
What a charming sentiment, General.
Would you like to come into the dining room? I believe dinner is almost ready.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I always enjoy visiting Rancho Chico. Your dinners are magnificent.
Thank you, Mr. Swasey, but it's all due to the General. The ranch produces such a wide variety of foodstuffs. We have wheat for bread and biscuits, beef, pork, and poultry, milk, honey, and butter, and an assortment of fruits and vegetables, everything a good cook could wish for. Today we're having baked ham.
Including cassava melons. Annie, do you suppose we could have one of those cassavas now, before dinner?
Well, I don't see why not. I'll ring for the maid. Katie, are there any cassava melons in the kitchen?
I'll find out, Mom.
I've heard wonderful things about your melons.
Those melons are the best you will ever taste.
Mrs. Blake? Yes. The General is asking for a cassava melon.
You want some now? Dinner's almost ready. Well, there's one left. It's in the back room. You can go and fetch it.
It's awfully small.
It's the last one. Just put it on the tray and take it out. But you can tell the General there are no more cassavas. Thank you, Katie.
Oh, Bidwell, do you remember when we were living at Sutter's Fort? We never had such a variety of things to eat there.
We certainly did not. It was beef every day. Beef and beans, unbolted flour.
Flour, dark and coarse, full of grit from the grindstones. You could rake your teeth on bread made with that flour.
Oh,
General, I'm sorry to tell you, this is the last cassava.
It's a bit small. Annie, did you hear that?
oh dear.
The last melon?
That's too bad.
The cook says there are no more in the shed. This is the very last one.
Annie, 5 months of melons, all gone.
I'm sure we will enjoy this one.
Katie, take that cassava to the kitchen. We'll save the last melon for dessert.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, General.
No more cassavas.
What did you have for Christmas dinner?
Yes, tell us about Christmas at Sutter's Fort.
I remember my first Christmas there. we had beef. Beef for breakfast, beef for supper, beef for dinner, with the exception of Christmas.
Did you do something special for Christmas dinner?
Well, yes, indeed. For Christmas, with considerable aid and effort from the Indians, a cartload of wild duck was procured. So it was wild duck for Christmas of 1841. It was a welcome change, although I would have preferred some bread or plum pudding.
And my first Christmas in California was in 1845, when I was your assistant clerk. I've never forgotten the meal we ate that day.
Yes, I was there, I remember.
Well, I thought we should have a proper Christmas dinner, so I spoke with the cook. I don't recall his name. He was an Englishman, runaway sailor, I think. Anyway, he claimed he could get up a menu that would rival Delmonico's. So I put the whole matter in his hands.
I didn't see how he could do it. I mean, all he had was beef, beans, garlic, and those red peppers.
Oh, and that loaf of Mexican sugar, about the color and consistency of beeswax. Other than that, all I remember is salt and pepper, coffee and tea. But he claimed he could get together a splendid Christmas dinner, complete with a John Bull plum pudding.
Well, did he even have spices for the pudding? Cinnamon, cloves, or nutmeg?
How did he make it without milk or eggs or butter? What about raisins or fruit?
Well, there was little sour grapes that grew along the riverside. Those stood in for raisins. But he kept everything secret. He just assured us that we would be surprised at what he could produce.
Well, I guess you could say we were surprised when we sat down to that meal.
We were all very curious when we took our seats at the table. The first course was beef soup, garnished with frijoles, chili colorado, and garlic. The second course was roast beef. Third course was baked beef pie. Fourth course was stewed beef, and fried beef was the fifth course, along with bread made of that black unbolted flour.
Beef, roasted, stewed, fried, and baked in a pie. Well, he certainly tried to vary the menu.
Yes, he did. But all of these dishes were garnished with the exact same condiments as the soup: beans, garlic, and chili colorado.
That must have been spicy.
It was indescribable. The chili colorado dominated over everything else. Our bodies were practically aglow with the heat.
My stomach was a boiling cauldron. We were all quite anxious for that plum pudding to counteract some of the heat from those red peppers.
Oh, that plum pudding. There has never been another like it. The cook brought it in with an air of great self-congratulation. Oh, he was very proud of his concoction. In creating it, he'd used plenty of common beef tallow, stuffed it full of those little sour grapes, and seasoned it unsparingly with chili colorado, garlic, black pepper, and salt. He'd also made a sort of sauce out of the Mexican sugar and more of the beef tallow, which he'd also dosed unsparingly with chili and black pepper.
Well, how did Captain Sutter take it?
Well, Captain Sutter was a singular man. He would eat anything placed in front of him. But this dish bothered him. He began eating it, however, without saying a word.
I remember how he'd look around at us with a sort of dazed and helpless expression to see if we were really eating it and how the thing was affecting us.
Annie, you knew him. He was too distinguished and well-bred to say a word. But after a few bites, we were all as perplexed as he was. Finally, Reddick broke the silence by asking, "Cook, what is it?"
What did he say?
Well, he said, "It's a regular Christmas plum pudding, Mexican style." It
was a bit too exotic for our American palates.
Dear, I wonder if dinner's ready. Katie, is dinner ready now?
I'll find out, Mum. Mrs. Blake, Mrs. Bidwells wanted to know when dinner will be ready.
Oh, I don't know what to do. It's terrible.
What happened?
That dog, Mrs. Bidwell's dog Rover, he just ran in here, jumped up, and grabbed the ham off the table.
Oh no!
I don't know what to do. Katie, did you leave the back door open?
No, Mom. It wasn't me. It must have been Jake.
Oh, wait till I get my hands on that man leaving the door open, letting the dog in the kitchen. Wait till I get my hands on that dog.
What'll I tell Mrs. Bidwell? She's waiting for dinner.
Oh, I don't know. Tell her anything. Tell her there will be a slight delay.
Delay. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Kate.
Mrs. Bidwell, the cook says there will be a slight delay.
A delay? Whatever for?
Well, you see, your dog, Roma, he took the ham, and we didn't suppose you'd be wanting it when we get it back.
Oh dear, that dog. I'm so sorry. It'll be a few more minutes for dinner. Tell Cook to pull together whatever she can.
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't we go into the parlor? My niece will favor us with some music.